All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. Wow. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.
It's like a children's show.
And now your host, Kyle Ruff.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. Yeah, woo! I am your host, yet again, Kyle Ruff, joined by Matthew Newland. Say hello.
Hey, guys. Check it out. Thanks for coming.
And special guest, Mike Stanley.
Hello.
And Aaron Mad Dog Graham.
It's a big deal.
Sick. Yeah. Did you like that production value on
I
that
love
song?
It was great. Who is that?
That's my buddy, Cousin Curtis.
Okay.
He's we went to college together, and now he's like a big ass musician all over Colorado.
College?
Nice.
Yeah, Cousin Curtis College. Yep.
He's a very talented musician.
Yeah, he's actually really good. He plays.
Clearly.
He plays. He's played at the base of the mountain before, like in front of like whatever huge crowd they had, and shit like that.
That's where you start. Then you make your way to the top.
Exactly.
You know? Start at the base.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we're having an awesome. It's our second live podcast ever. We're here at the Dusky Grouse in Steamboat Springs. We got a great show for you. Going to do a little coffee tasting. Check out some sweet caffeine until we all shit in our pants. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Too late.
Do you guys drink coffee? What's your stance on coffee?
I've already had 2 this morning. I woke up at 6, so this is my 3rd cup, and then you're telling me we're doing a tasting, so I'm going to be vibrating on the way home, on the drive back to Denver. So
yeah, we're going to be sweaty and uncomfortable for our lovely viewing audience.
It's going to be shirts off, windows down, that whole drive.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Mad Dog, you a coffee guy?
Every morning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you take it?
Black.
That's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Soulful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black and strong, just like you, baby.
Just a cup of coffee and some muddy waters to get started.
Hell yeah, but yeah, we just got done. We had an awesome weekend of shows down at Schmiggity's, as we do. And then we went out, took these boys out on the party barge on the river. What'd you guys think of the barge?
That was the best.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
For you guys who don't know, so the party barge, we have an inflatable raft. It's essentially 2 couches strapped together.
Not even strapped. That's how it's forged.
Yes.
It's like that's how you bought it. It's like a floating living room with 2 couches facing each other.
Yeah, I could live there.
It's incredible.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And we had the best time. We all got sunburned as shit. Or at least I did. I don't know.
It's huge. It's a huge vessel.
How many does it seat? It seats at least 8, right?
Well, we had 7 in there at one
and we
point.
could have fit probably 2 more if we
Probably.
wanted to. Yeah.
Oh,
If we wanted to drag the rocks a little bit.
Yeah.
Getting down the 3-inch deep river all the way down.
Mad Dog's knees are so burnt right now.
Yeah, both of them.
He's got above knee bologna is what I was calling it.
We were so drunk last night that it took us, 10 minutes to spell bologna correctly.
Yeah, I kept spelling bolognese. I did and I was like, there's an E at the end, right? He's like, no, there's an A. And I'm like, no, that can't be right.
But it's pronounced baloney.
Yeah.
What, are you going to tell me there's a G in there next? That's crazy.
But this was all just to get to the sentence of above knee, below knee.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought when you said that.
It's above his knee, but it's the color of bologna. That's the joke.
How ironic.
Did it kill? I don't know. No. But sometimes you throw them out there.
Sometimes you throw them out there.
You just toss them out there.
Bologna jokes are hard, man.
Hey, there's no bologna about it. You know what I mean? That's no bologna.
And that's no baloney. That's the fantastic puns you get here at the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.
That should be a segment on this show. That's no baloney. You guys should do that.
You know what you do for sunburns, though? You rub coffee on them, dude. It's an old wives' trick.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, only if it's boiling hot.
Luckily, I always have aloe. Like that's what I use to moisturize this 47-year-old face.
Oh, that's the secret, huh?
Yeah, just
great,
clear aloe. That's what I put on every day, a couple times a day. And luckily, I had it, and I think it kind of saved Aaron last night. Yeah.
When we got to Schmiggity's, the first thing Kyle, in his excited, rambunctious, ambiance or whatever that he tries to create, just comes up and slaps both of my knees. I was like,
Kyle is a knee slapper.
I'm a notorious knee slapper. So that's on me. I didn't know you had baloney knees, or else I wouldn't have done that.
Nobody did.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see here, because we got some special guests coming through. Should we do some of our classic segments first and then get into the coffee tasting after, or what do you think?
I have one thing I think we all really want to get off our chest.
Oh, please.
I want to start with. Jeff Bezos' wedding. Everybody, round of applause.
Oh,
Super
Jeff
happy for
Bezos.
us.
That was amazing.
My best
Yeah.
friend Jeff.
I heard instead of toasting champagne, they just drank goat's blood. Dude.
Oh, I assumed it was the blood of the innocent,
Yeah.
like
They
children.
said they spent $57 million on the wedding.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah.
Did they end up getting boxed out of Venice? Because wasn't that the thing? They tried to rent like a huge portion of Venice, and then everybody was so pissed they protested it, so they moved it last minute. Is that a real?
I don't know if that's true, but I love that.
I
Yeah,
hope
yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah,
That'd be something Bezos would try to do. Be like, you know what venue I should get? Venice.
Yeah, the entire
the whole city
area of Venice
is now mine.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
God, I hate the rich so much.
so much, dude.
So much.
I love the idea of protesting a wedding.
Yeah.
That's like for,
That's
for a
literally what
billionaire.
was happening. They were
Yeah.
protesting his wedding. They had like these giant, I don't know, like, or were they like not flags, but because they were putting them on the ground, but they were these massive, and it took like 40 people to like unravel this thing, and it said something to the effect of if you can spend $157 million on a wedding, you should be able to pay your fair share of taxes. And it had his
Gotcha.
dumb face right on it. But those were all over, and they like just ruined the experience. And I think last minute they had to move it to another spot because so many people were protesting him. And for good reason. He's a piece of shit.
He's
So,
the worst.
Yeah.
He does
I'm
suck.
glad things are going well for him, though. I really am. He's getting married. He's found love.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm
Hey.
happy for him.
Oh, we got
Hey,
some
what?
treats.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
thank you
about to
very
be
much.
an ASMR. Who's ready to get
Just-
horny? Watch Mike Stanley eat a burrito.
What do we have here? Yeah, a bacon burrito.
Bacon burrito.
You can
All
get
right.
that here at Dusky Grouse for the low price of how much does it cost? You don't know how it costs. You work here.
Let's play Price is Right.
$8.95.
I was gonna say $7.95, so I was
Yeah,
close. I was within
ooh.
$1. That's
As long as
pretty
you're
good.
under, dude, you're still in the game.
That's
That's
the deal.
true. You
gotta
didn't
be
go
under.
over. You can still make it to the Showcase Showdown.
Oh,
No, so
I'm
that's
always
good.
going under.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Bezos. I love seeing all the photos too of all like the celebrities that were there. And it's just like these people don't like you, dude.
No, dude, our sweet angel Sydney Sweeney was there, and it broke my heart.
I know.
That broke my like. I don't think we can be together now.
Yeah.
you
Right.
know?
Yeah, the moral compass has shifted for
I
sure.
think we have different.
I feel like you'd still get over it though, if I'm being completely
Like almost immediately, actually.
I do. I am one to compromise in a relationship. You know.
I'm not gonna lie. I bet that was a fucking sick wedding to go to, dude.
I doubt it, dude. You have nothing in common with these folks.
No, but it's
But
like,
you love weddings.
dude, I love weddings.
You do.
I love love.
Yeah, you seem like a wedding.
I'm a fucking.
wedding
I will
guy.
tear up a wedding.
Okay, all right.
Is there anything you don't love, Kyle? Like
Yeah.
you could probably bring the same energy to like a funeral. You'd be like, I'm fucking so pumped to be here.
Smacking the corpse's knees.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go.
Dude. Wake up, champ! Ah, just kidding.
Take
You
that
look
little
great.
flower wreath and run around with it.
He will riff with a dead body. He can't do it.
I can do that. I can riff with the best of them.
I know what you don't like, dude. I know him so well. You want to know what he doesn't like?
Pussy.
Pickles. He
I
hates
fucking
pickles.
hate
What,
pickles.
dude? Really?
I hate pickles.
Dude, I eat probably.
You too? You're smart.
Really? You know
Pickles-
what's crazy? When I was younger, I hated pickles. Now, within the past year, I probably eat 5 a day, which is insane. I know, but I never liked them growing up. I eat like 5 a day now.
You
It's
eat 5 pickles a day?
Easily.
I think
easily.
you might be pregnant, man.
Easily 5 pickles. And I don't throw out the juice either. Like I'll wake up in the morning and just like take a huge swig of the juice before anything else, before I even have my coffee.
That's.
don't know
You're
what
making
it
me
is.
want to kill myself.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what shifted in my body where it's like you just want these all the time.
I think you are pregnant.
Maybe.
You could be pregnant.
I also eat them 2 at a time like this, so that's the whole thing.
That's not how you get
Thank
pregnant.
you.
Mike.
I was waiting to do that.
Killing
Actually.
up here. I'm waiting for an applause break so I can take a bite of this
Oh, wait, hang
burrito.
on.
It looks amazing. Thank
The crowd goes wild. Okay. That ends too abruptly. I don't like that. Oh, yay! Done.
Bring your own applause to the
I've,
podcast.
Yeah.
You have to, really.
Needed that this weekend.
I saw a couple interesting facts the other day while I was smoking weed on the internet.
Oh, you got some fun facts?
Yeah, I got a couple of them. You want to hear them?
Yeah.
This is going to blow your mind, I think. Do you guys know infant babies have 300 bones and adults only have 206?
Yes.
You
I
knew
did
that?
know that. I didn't know
did
the
know that.
exact number, but I did know that babies have more bones because over time they fuse together.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like 80 more.
80 more bones.
Yeah.
That's
And
a lot
now-
of bones.
Dude, since I read that, every time I see a baby now, I think 306 bones. Like they have.
And also, your bones don't actually calcify into the hard bone that we know until you're around age 21, somewhere around there.
Really?
Yeah. So your skeleton isn't fully formed until you're about 21 years old.
I don't know. I remember calcifying some pretty hard
Did I
bones
just
when I was
blow
about
your
10.
mind?
I knew you were going to be great on this, dude. I knew you were going to absolutely crush
Yeah.
this. The other interesting
it.
fact I saw that was super cool is humans can't burp in space.
Oh, really?
Really?
Let that soak in for a bit.
How does that?
What do you mean? Like, okay.
It's a gravity thing.
It's a gravity thing. They can't burp
Okay.
in space.
Can you get the hiccups in space?
I doubt it.
We need to send an alcoholic up there.
I volunteer.
The first alcoholic to go into space.
If I have to,
You'd
I
be
will.
great up there.
Me and Katy Perry can go kick it and burp and burp all over each other.
Yeah.
Or not.
Another Jeff Bezos funded. Was that Bezos or was that Elon?
That shot Katy Perry into space?
Well, but Bezos' wife went up in there too.
Really?
Yeah, the all-women space team.
Oh.
Jeff Bezos' wife was part of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they were just going up there to get closer to the moon to sync their cycles, but that's just, I don't know.
There it
That's a
is.
good time. That's a bonding experience.
That is a bonding experience. Yeah.
I'd say more celebrities in space. We've talked about this, though. Get them all up there.
We need
Yeah,
all of
just
them up
shoot
there.
them all up there.
And then
Get
they
'em up
can
there.
just stay there.
Yeah, they can stay there. I like
Forever.
that. Yeah, I'm down.
Oh, yeah?
How do we fund that?
Sydney, too?
Not Sydney Sweeney.
No, not
No,
Sydney.
Sydney.
She stays.
Get off
Okay.
the rocket,
Say.
Sydney.
She can stay.
Come back to the musky grouse.
Musky.
You called it the musky grouse?
What is it?
Dusky.
Dusky.
No, okay. Sorry, I'm sitting next to a musky grouse over here.
Hey, come on.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking.
That's when it heats up in here.
Yeah, that's the sweaty nightclub that this turns into. That's beautiful. Do you got any other fun facts?
No fun facts, but Mike told me something the other day while we were in Denver that I really wanted to circle back on.
Okay. I don't remember this conversation
No, yeah,
because
you
we
were
were
pretty
having
drunk.
too much fun.
I wrote it down, which is why I
Oh,
remembered
okay.
it. Yeah.
All right.
You told me that you saw my favorite band of all time, Nirvana, live, and I just wanted to know what that was
Ooh.
like, dude.
Yeah. That was, God, what year was it?
How old are you?
92?
Right after Nevermind.
Somewhere in there? Yeah.
What year did Cobain unfortunately die?
94.
94?
It might have been 93 then. It was closer to like right when he died.
But it was after the big album.
Yeah.
So 92 to 94,
And
probably.
I can't even remember. I was so young. I don't even remember where we were. I mean, I know we were in Detroit, but I'm like, I can't remember what venue it was at. Yeah.
So you'd have been like, what, like 10?
No, I was probably 12.
12?
Yeah.
I was way off.
Okay.
You saw him and you were
Yeah.
10?
You didn't
Oh.
see him?
Wow.
Still
Yeah.
am obsessed
Yeah,
with them.
Matt
Love-
is still obsessed with them.
Yeah. They're great.
12, that's pretty young. That's pretty young to have
Well,
those.
I loved music. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I love bands. I love live music. Yeah. It was fucking awesome.
Did your parents take you? How'd you go?
I think it was me, a friend, and a friend's uncle took us.
Cool uncle.
Yeah. The
Sick
cool,
uncle.
the
The
cool
funkle?
uncle. Yeah,
Yeah.
the cool uncle took us. So
Let's get him on the phone.
yeah, let's call it. They're
Call
probably
him in.
both dead now. I don't know. Everybody's dead now.
They couldn't handle Cobain's death.
Yeah,
dude.
they couldn't handle it
They
after
lost.
that. It was lights out for them. Yeah.
Dang, was that your first concert?
No, my first concert was Alan Jackson.
Alan Jackson?
Yeah.
How was that?
That was weird. I mean, going to a country music concert in Detroit when you're a child, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I brought my girlfriend. My sister, I don't know if she could drive at that point. I don't think she could.
You're
she
like 10 years old
She
with a
was going
girlfriend?
to, yeah. And then like my
Hell yeah.
parents rented us a limo, which was crazy because they didn't want to drive down there. So they rented us a limo. We all got in this limo. We were like children. And my parents were like, have a good time. And they drove us to downtown Detroit. We saw Alan Jackson. And then we hopped back in the limo.
Damn.
And this is before cell phones. So it was like we just had to like look for this limo in this sea of people.
Jesus.
And fucking.
Was it like your birthday or something?
No, I don't know what. I don't even know how that transpired.
You just have parents that love you a lot?
No, I
Fucking
think my
dick?
sister just really liked country music. So she was like, I want to go to this thing. And then I was like, I want to go to this thing too because That's what happens when you have an older sibling. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't want to be left out.
Tag on, baby.
Yeah. So they rented us a limo and we like went and saw Alan Jackson, which was fucking so weird to think about. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Alan Jackson. My first concert was Weird Al,
Oh, really?
who I just saw again at Red Rocks on Tuesday, and it was the shit.
Yeah, man. I'm really jealous, and I wish I would have known that you were going. I would have snagged a ticket and met you there.
Dude, I should I bought them in October, and they sold out in like 2 days. So it was like 8 months
man.
early.
He's killing it.
He's killing it.
Again, like we said, if you don't develop a drug problem or a drinking problem, there's longevity there in terms of like what you're able to do with your creativity.
That is true.
Yeah.
So I won't be creative very long.
Yeah, we'll all be dead by 50, so.
Oh yeah, 50 would be nice.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, speaking of music, not to split the room, but where do we stand, Beyonce or Alicia Keys?
Alicia.
Alicia.
Alicia, all
Come
Nice,
on.
we're all on the same page.
All right, thank God.
Good. Some people have strong feelings about that.
Yeah. If you like
bees.
Beyonce, get the fuck out.
Okay.
Just kidding. She's fine. I like her. She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
She is a sellout, though. She's doing goddamn Levi Jean commercials. We already had this segment. We have a segment on the show called Corporate Whore of the Week.
Should we get into it? We got one.
Do we have a Corporate Whore of the Week?
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
Matt, who is this week's Corporate Whore of the Week?
The Scrubs guys for T-Mobile commercial.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Zach Braff and what's the other guy's name?
No idea.
Nobody knows.
I think it's like Donald something.
I don't even think Zach Braff knows that guy's name.
Probably not.
It's Petey from Remember the Titans.
It is PD from Remember the Titans.
Yeah. Well, Scrubs is constantly on the air. They're getting money for it all the time, and they still need to do 14 T-Mobile commercials every season.
Yeah, and they're like singing too
Yeah.
and shit. We don't need that.
So that
Donald Faison is his
Donald
name.
Faison.
Oh, you knew that.
Yep. I was,
Okay.
it was taking me a little extra swig of coffee to get there, but
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
that guy. He was in Clueless. He was in Clueless.
Oh, he was in
yeah,
Clueless.
Which, if you remember Clueless at all, it's basically just Valley Girls, whatever.
Right.
I was 13 when that movie came out. My mom forbade us from seeing that movie. I didn't see that movie until
Really?
I was 17,
Really?
Yeah.
She put her foot down on
She said,
Clueless?
yeah, for sure. Mom bought into the just say no 80s pretty hard. So
Okay.
we weren't allowed to watch MTV, and we couldn't watch Clueless. And since Clueless was being advertised on MTV,
Right.
my mom had the channel MTV blocked in our house.
Oh.
12 years after we moved out and after MTV was no longer being broadcast on that channel. Channel 34 was off in our house for absolutely no reason.
MTV.
Yep. Huh, I know. Can you believe it?
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm just remembering about Clueless? That's and Donald Faison's role in that movie. That's the first time I ever heard anyone, and I think he might have been the first person to throw this into the lexicon, where he's getting his head shaved and his girlfriend's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, he was like, "I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real." And that was like the funniest line from him in that movie. And I think that's literally how that phrase became what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't know how I just fucking deep dove into that, but like I'm just now remembering that
Do you know
that was the
do you
first
know what
time.
Donald Faison is not currently doing?
Keeping it real in these T-Mobile commercials. Yeah.
You know what? And I was gonna get to Donald Faison, but I was also thinking Faison Love. You guys know Faison Love?
Oh yeah.
Faison
yeah.
Love?
Yeah, Big Worm, Big Perm from Friday.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am grossed out at the fact that like celebrities who kind of fall from grace just end up doing commercials.
Yeah.
And voiceovers and things like that. Like I get really bummed out when I hear like George Clooney do a Budweiser commercial voiceover, and it's like that's kind of a little job. Leave it to the little people kind of on their way up. You know what I mean?
That's always our
Give,
point.
it to, the,
is
give
like,
it to the Kyles of the world.
yeah,
dude,
I
100%.
need money.
Yeah,
You know what I
same.
mean?
Listen to these chocolatey pipes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh,
I got
yeah.
a great voice for voiceover.
You got great voiceover potential, buddy.
Thank you.
Can you give me like a movie trailer?
In a
voice?
world. In a world where queefs are the new currency,
One man stands alone.
one man stands in the face of every puss. I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing over here.
No, I like it. It's got potential.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this segment. We don't not like these people. We always make that very clear.
Yeah.
I don't mind the Scrubs guys at all.
Right.
Will Ferrell was one. The other. We love Will Ferrell, but
How could you-
Charles Barkley was definitely a corporate whore of the
love
week.
Charles
Yeah.
Barkley so much, but he doesn't need to do that.
Right. Snoop Dogg, he doesn't need to be doing Skechers commercials.
He's
You know
doing
what I mean? He does
everything.
literally everything.
Yes. I don't think he's ever said no to anything for money
Yeah.
in his whole life.
Yeah.
That's how you get rich, man.
I mean,
I will say this. I've done a few voiceovers, commercials that went nationwide on Spotify and stuff like that. That is the best paying job you will ever have for what you do. It's
Really?
incredible. The amount of money you make from those it's so fun. You go into the studio, first off, you can just go in dressed in in your pajamas.
right.
Because it's a voiceover.
You have to wear pants.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
don't. And like they have a whole like table of food and coffee and whatever drinks if you want tea. They're like whatever you need for your voice to sound how you need it to. And then you go in the booth, you do a few takes. It takes like an hour depending on how long the script is. You do a couple rereads. Then they send it out. They do whatever they do post-production. It goes out, and then you get paid initially for the recording, but then after that, you get the residuals if it goes nationwide,
Okay.
which is just sick because it's like now every month I'm getting a couple grand from this thing I did that took me
That much?
20. Oh, dude, I had an apartment. I bought a Mustang. Like it paid for my life for like 2 years. It was incredible.
Damn.
Yeah.
What did you do a commercial for?
I did one for a tire company called Bell Tire, and then I did another one.
Did you do the voice of Bell Tire?
No, I didn't do that.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
But I was in a commercial, the actual Bell Tire commercial that ran for every seventh inning of the Tigers game in Michigan.
That's sick.
And it's me in the Bell Tire, which is a cartoon, so I had to act like there was this.
So you're just talking
Yeah.
to. Was it just like a little guy in
They
like
didn't
a
even
green
do any-
suit?
No, they didn't even have that. They were just like, pretend there's a cartoon tire next to you. So I had to do that.
It's
But
called
that-
acting, buddy.
Yeah.
yeah, it's acting, Kyle.
To pretend things are there when they're not. All right.
But then they were like, "Hey, this commercial's like we want to do an audio version of it and put it out." And I was living in LA at the time because I flew back to do the shoot. But they were like, "Hey, we can just patch you in to do the audio." In a studio in LA, and I get there, and it's the fucking studio from Spinal Tap.
Really?
Where they were shooting all the music scenes for Spinal Tap.
That's sick.
So that's where I did the voiceover for the Bell Tire commercial. Actually, that was like just ran for the voiceover. It was
Wow.
in the studio for Spinal Tap.
Wow, that's random.
Yeah, it was cool as hell.
That's awesome. I just saw an ad. They're like re-releasing Spinal Tap because it's like a 30th anniversary or
Oh,
something
it's
like
the
that.
best,
One of
dude.
the best movies ever.
Yeah.
That's sick though. Do you remember what did you say to the cartoon tire?
I don't think my dialogue was actually towards the tire. There's a parrot in the commercial that we end up. So it's me and my fake wife.
Ridiculous.
It's
Kyle, you
the
don't talk
dumbest-
to the tire. You
Dude.
talk to the parrot.
Parrot.
Okay.
The parrot talks to the tire.
Parrot endorsing tire.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. The parrot endorses the tire. It's me sitting on the couch with my fake wife, and I'm like, hey, check this out, and I'm like, Polly, say something, and the bird's like, Brock, Bell Tire for your fucking blah, 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 blah. And she goes, where did he learn that? And I go, he learned it from this guy, and then it's the cartoon Bell Tire, like, ugh. And I remember when we were shooting that commercial too. One of the funniest things, and this is like how fucking ridiculous it gets when you're like shooting something, like the things that they think about that are just so non-consequential, was whether or not we could call the bird Polly because they couldn't figure out whether or not the bird was male or female. And they were worried, like, oh, if this is a male bird and we're calling it Polly, are we going to upset people? And they were like, we have to go on break. And it took them like 2 hours to figure out
To
whether
get
or not
down to the bird debate.
whether or not this was going to be problematic. And I was like, it's a fucking bird, you
Yeah.
guys. Like,
How can you even tell the difference between a male and female parrot?
I had no idea. I'm like, I don't know are there any bird experts here? And I think they literally called someone who was like a bird expert and was like, how can we tell if this parrot is male or female? And then they had to get down to the bottom of it so that they didn't upset anybody.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, it was wild. I was like, take as much time as you want. I'm getting paid hourly for this. So, yeah. It was
Yeah.
pretty nuts.
That's insane.
Yeah. It was wild.
How did Polly feel about
Polly
this?
didn't give a shit. Polly was just sitting on the table on a perch eating fruit all day. Like I was just looking at Polly. I was doing the same thing. I'm like, yeah, dude, they can take all day with this. I don't care.
Probably made more money than all you guys that day.
Probably, yeah.
Polly's like, I'll be in my fucking trailer.
Yeah.
This is nonsense.
Slams the script down.
It's like, were you fucking amateurs?
Meth-
Bird
Method
would
actor.
never say that.
Yeah,
Who
it was
wrote this
wild.
script? A human? I'm out of here. Oh my god.
Would you guys rather own and live with 12 hamsters or have to dress in full Beetlejuice 3 days a week?
Get to dress in full Beetlejuice 3 days a week would be my answer.
Wow.
Full Beetlejuice.
Even
That's going to take hours.
With the rollout legs, so you're actually like walking on the like still
Yeah.
like
You gotta
above
have
the knee
all the
stumps.
props,
Oh,
dude.
anything Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton, forget about it.
You're going Beetlejuice. Yeah,
Yeah.
hamsters is
Plus
terrible.
12 hamsters. That's just like a box of hamsters. You could.
Yeah.
Keep them
That is
whatever.
true.
Right.
Hamsters are small. You could
Right.
contain them pretty easily.
Yeah.
But
Do
the
I
thing-
have to care for the hamsters?
Yeah, you live and own them.
Do I have
Live
to
with.
apply all the Beetlejuice makeup?
Yes. Only 3
see.
days a week.
Only 3 days
So
a
you
week.
get 4 days a week.
So
of
it's
being
like
a normal.
you wake up, you Beetlejuice, and you have to do it all day until you go to bed, and then you can un-Beetlejuice.
Yeah, well, you can get a cup of coffee first, read the news, and then you got full Beetlejuice.
I
Go about your
do I have to do the Beetlejuice voice the whole time too?
I'm telling you, you get to do the Beetlejuice voice. Like, this is not a punishment. Okay, imagine 7 days a week you're dressed as Beetlejuice. You could walk to the front of the coffee line and just be like, I'll have my coffee. And they're like, here you go, Beetle. Good to see you again.
I got extra spiders in there.
Exactly, yeah. Great to see you, Juice.
It's like,
I
oh,
don't know.
BJ.
I just feel like applying all that makeup and getting into costume, it would be such a process where you could just throw 12 hamsters in a box and be like deuces and like carry on with your day.
That's
Yeah,
true.
You're a practical guy.
Yeah.
You could throw
Time is
on
money.
you could throw on the pinstripe and be like juices and again,
I feel like Beetlejuice would own 12 hamsters. So
That's true.
you could do both if
that's
you
just,
want.
that's just his meal. That's just his meal. He
Yeah,
just-
say, do I have to only do one? And then,
Gotta go home and feed my hamsters.
gotta get my hamsters. All right.
Kyle, what are you doing? You didn't answer.
Oh, I didn't answer. Ooh, I'm gonna go.
You have to have a hard answer. All right?
I'm gonna go hamsters. I'd rather have 12 hamsters
Okay.
because it's kind of like having like 12 is like an army of hamsters.
Yeah.
And everywhere I go, I'd get like 12 little leashes and I'd walk them.
Yeah, that's
And I
pretty
think
fun.
that could be a good look.
Yeah. You show up anywhere with 12 little hamsters on a leash.
I guarantee you, the Beetlejuice makeup procedure is much faster than leashing 12 hamsters.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong
Come
about
here,
that.
they're like running through that little habit trail. You're like, oh no, Penelope, come back.
All right, sentences, and then let's do some coffee tasting.
All right, sounds good. So it's time for Matt Newland's sentences that have never been said before.
Number 1. Coffee shops always remind me that we used to think Pluto was a planet, but Pluto's not a planet. God damn you, Pluto. That's a sentence that's never been said.
I don't think anyone's ever said
No
that
one said
sentence
that
before.
sentence. All right, we'll go right past it. Sentence number 2.
Not with that amount of anger, I think. You know what I mean? Like, you seem pissed about that.
I mean, if there was like a Pluto blend, say you had like a
I'm still bummed about it.
space-themed coffee shop, and I'm sure there is a space-themed coffee shop somewhere out there.
Yeah.
And someone's like, "Oh, I'll have the Pluto blend." They're dressed as Beetlejuice, like, "I'll have the Pluto blend." And then maybe the coffee shop reminds them of Pluto, and they get sad that Pluto's not. So it could possibly have been said.
I think it's just more about me and that they told me Pluto was a planet when I was a kid.
Yeah, they did.
In school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the educational surrounding.
Yeah.
They're like, it's a planet. And they're like, no, it's not.
Well,
It's
they also
still a planet to me.
Yeah,
God
in my
damn it.
heart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
God damn it.
Yeah. And I will die on this hill.
Yeah.
All right, sentence number 2.
Sentence number 2.
If I hadn't illegally parked in that handicap spot, I never would have met my wife.
Oh, I like that. I like that. It's like a serendipitous, moment.
Do you think that in this situation someone met their handicapped wife, like they roll up and they're like, "Wow, that's my fucking spot," and then they lock eyes and it's just love at first sight?
Well, they illegally parked.
Or do you think it's a cop that comes up and it's like, "Get
Oh.
the fuck out of this spot,"
Yeah.
and then they fall in love?
I think it's the latter.
You think it's the
second
latter?
one. Yeah, I think it's a step ladder.
I really like the idea that you're a cold-hearted person and you would take the handicap spot, but then you met the love of your life somehow. Like you ran into each other, and it's like a Grinch type story.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I can be loved
Yeah.
and find love.
Your wife helps you be a better person
Yes.
by
Yeah.
saying you shouldn't park in that spot.
Yeah, and then you stop parking in handicap spots.
And they say his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Boom. That's what I'm saying.
And then you have a $57 million wedding that
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney attends.
And
Can't
Sydney
believe
Sweeney
she
shows up.
went. Why would Sydney?
What is she
All right.
doing?
Sentence number 3.
By the way, when you edit this, can you do just a bunch of edits where it's me trying to
It's
sneak
just
a
gonna
bite
be-
in this burrito?
Yeah, it's just
Cool.
gonna be you eating.
Cool. Yeah.
Last sentence. Sentence number 3. Life is a constant battle between vaping and spending enough time with your grandparents.
You gotta teach him to vape, man.
I was gonna say, has anybody vaped with their grandparents?
Well, if your grandparents vape, there's vaping grandparents.
Right, no, for
out
sure.
there.
Now there are, like,
Now there are.
you know, before my grandpa
Vaping
passed.
granny?
Yeah,
I like that.
Before my grandpa passed, I was still smoking cigarettes, and we would sneak cigarettes together, which was awesome. It was a great, like, bonding
Fuck
moment.
yeah.
To be like, don't give grandpa cigarettes. I was like, grandpa's asking for Parliament Lights. Grandpa gets Parliament Lights.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Grandpa gets
I
to
always loved
smoke.
it. But so now you'd be like, grandpa, little, I don't know.
Take a rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a quick rip.
Espresso martini blend.
Would you like some cherry vanilla
Yeah,
ice there,
exactly.
Grandpa?
Yeah.
I said espresso martini because Kyle was ripping cans of that on the
Yeah,
river
it was,
On the
yesterday.
river.
Just-
How was that?
Not bad.
Did
Well,
you say there was like 14%
It was
alcohol?
14%.
Were
Yeah.
you like lit after that one?
halfway through,
I
he
wasn't
goes,
not lit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the end, like
Okay.
when we were at the end of the float, and we were like waiting for the cars to shuttle back, and they're like, "Oh, who wants one more beer?" And I was like, "One more can't hurt."
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
by the end of that one, I was like, "I'm in trouble,
Yeah,
and we have to
yeah.
do a show later." I do think it's funny though, like what our generation is going to be like when there's like their grandparents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like in hospice, they're just like vaping.
they're
and-
just vaping and have their like VR headsets on.
Yeah.
and shit.
yeah.
Playing fucking Minecraft.
Yeah, putting
Yeah.
Rufus to Soul on the record player.
Yeah. Every oxygen tank, you'll have to like put your card in and just watch it. It's like the meter is running, like, because we can't afford oxygen anymore. All the
Yeah,
air
right.
is fucking polluted. So it's like you have to put your
Bezos
card
owns
in.
all of those,
Yeah,
too.
you got to put your card in and like, you know, buy oxygen as a fucking dying old person.
Right. We
Yeah.
do sell oxygen on the mountain.
I buy that all the time, actually.
Do you?
I love it. Yeah.
Does it work?
Oxygen.
I love
I'm
O2.
a big fan of
Guys, huge fan. Yeah, yeah.
Not to get political, but I do love oxygen.
I do
I
love
want to
it.
divide the room here, but we're a pro O2 crowd.
No, those things are great though. They are.
Yeah.
Like when I used to work on an
the
ambulance
little
crew.
like blue velvet fucking muzzles or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
You sound like Vader for a second. It's great. Darth Vapor.
Yeah.
hey.
But when I worked in an ambulance crew in Detroit, if we would go in and we'd be hungover.
You were doing stand-up in an ambulance crew?
I started stand up when I was working in EMS
Okay, gotcha.
in
It'd be
Detroit.
funny to be in the
There's a lot of
ambulance.
moving parts. Yeah.
It's like shaking
They're
around.
like, what's the deal with you dying?
What's the deal with pancreatic cancer?
What's the deal with you not breathing? Don't you like oxygen?
doing Seinfeld. I was Seinfeld had a big influence on me when I was an EMT.
No, but if you were hungover and we'd like, you know, be getting restocking the entire ambulance with whatever medical supplies you needed, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna throw on this O2, and your hangover just disappears. So
No
if you're
shit.
ever hungover, do that.
Get in
And
an
it-
ambulance.
Get in an ambulance. No, just buy those O2 boosters, dude. Those things rule.
Just
I swear
suck
to
'em
God,
down?
they'll cure. Yeah, they'll cure a hangover.
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh. I usually just suck down Gatorade and more alcohol. That
That's
usually
your-
helps.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's your remedy.
Yeah.
What's your hangover remedy?
I do hot yoga and just sweat it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smart.
Get it out. I go in there smelling like a bar, dude. They hate it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll go into the sauna and just you could just wring me out and fill a bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
That is
It's
the move.
Disgusting.
Sweating it out in a
Sweating
sauna.
it. I've done it so many times. Like I'll tell the person next to me just to be kind, be like, "Yo, I'm gonna smell like a bar."
Right.
So just get
Yeah.
ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
yeah.
gonna hate
It's
this.
not.
I'm gonna be saying sentences nobody's ever said before. Also,
You got a hangover remedy? Do you have one?
yeah, I usually just start drinking again.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah, yeah,
hair
yeah,
of the
that's
dog,
the
baby.
move.
Hair of the mad dog.
I don't. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to make this sound too much, but I really don't get hangovers that bad. But I'll usually just sleep until mid-afternoon, and
Yeah.
then I usually have to go to work, and everywhere I work at serves alcohol. So you
Yeah.
kinda,
If you're unconscious, you can't have a hangover.
That is
Right.
true.
That's true.
Yeah, you're also not spending money or making bad decisions when you're sleeping. So yeah, sleep as much as you can. That's the takeaway from this whole thing.
Yes,
I'm
that's what
honestly
we're
just
here for.
bummed I didn't get invited to Jeff Bezos' wedding.
Me
dude.
too.
That is
That's
bullshit.
fucking bullshit. Should we do some coffee tasting?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, we're going to bring in a special guest here from the Dusky Grouse, our resident coffee expert. Let's hear it for Collie, everybody. Oh, yeah. Woo!
Yeah. Are you don't want to do one with us? No, I'm gonna do it with you. Okay.
You're going to do it with us? Okay, here.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be dangerous.
Dude, last
Here.
time we did this at a distillery last time, and we did it with whiskey, and I was hammered.
Oh, that was awesome.
Dude, I was nearly blacked out by the. I looked at Kyle like after the 4th shot, and I was like, "Dude, what do we?" I was like panicked. I was like, "What do we do? What's going on?" Dude?
And I'm sitting there because I'm an alcoholic, and I was like, "All right, next one."
Yeah.
And Matt's
I was like,
"Please,
"Dude, I
God."
drove my car down here."
Kyle, you got to grab the microphone there, buddy. All right, there we go. So what do we
Yeah,
got here
what's,
first, Collie?
All right, so up first, we're trying one of our single origins from our lovely roaster, Victrola Coffee. Thank you.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, friend of the pod. They're based out of Bellingham, Washington. Bellingham? I don't know.
Bellingham,
Somewhere in
Washington? Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of brew is it?
Seattle. It is Seattle? I think they're out of Bellingham. It's an Ethiopian. It's a light roast.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a little bit of a run through here on how you taste coffee.
Oh, okay. There's
So
a
obviously-
technique.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I feel like a light roast is something you want to drink outside. Is it something you'd want to drink outside?
Al fresco.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can,
All
I
right.
can sense that.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
So give it a quick smell first.
Quick smell.
What
Smell
are we-
test.
What are we picking up on? I smell grass. I always smell grass.
Grass?
I smoke grass.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
We can tell.
I mean, it's earthy. It's earthy for sure.
It is earthy.
It is very earthy
I always
indeed.
say that whenever I taste anything. It's earthy.
Just like I'm in a wine tasting, I'm just making shit up. Like, oh, there's hints of tobacco
Yeah.
and mahogany.
I'm sensing buttery undertones.
Yes.
Oh, I love. Ooh, buttery undertones.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Listen to me and
that's
my
all I
band.
got. That's
Are
the
we
extent-
slurping? Make
Yeah.
sure you're slurping.
We're slurping?
Slurping?
Do you have to
Let's
swish
get
it?
slurped
I'm gonna
up.
Swish.
Slurping.
I'm gonna swish.
Do we just take a little?
Just a little.
But now, would it be considered rude if I put
take
cream?
some air over it?
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So like
I
a.
genuinely like that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So would it be
different?
considered
Yeah.
rude if I was like, "Can I get a splash of cream in this?" Without, is that like?
I don't care, but all you're gonna taste is cream.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean,
True.
it might, the fat might accentuate some of the acidity a little bit, but
Some people think drinking straight black coffee, like you get that bitterness at the end of it. I got no bitterness.
I got
at the
no
end of it.
bitterness
Yeah.
from that as
Yeah.
well.
it's very smooth.
Yeah.
Rounds out really nice. What are we tasting on the tongue?
Gentle parenting.
Hot.
There's no bitterness. You know what I mean?
I don't know what that was like. So
Yeah.
I'm not picking
Well,
up
now
on
you
that.
do. Now you know what it's like.
I'm getting my father calling me a failure.
No, it's the opposite of that. That's what I'm saying. It's the opposite of bitterness.
Oh, okay.
It's gentle parenting.
Maybe that's just what I taste all the
Yeah.
time.
A little sweet at the beginning, no bitterness at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really like that in terms of just having a black coffee. I
Kind
could.
of sounds like having a Parliament Light in hospice.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
You were listening the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
amazing.
was. All right. You want to do one more? Should we see how
Sure.
we get
Yeah.
on another one?
absolutely.
Yeah, that one was
All right,
great.
everybody take a little sip of water. Clear your
Clear the
palate.
palate.
Okay. You can. We'll share this.
Okay. I wish we had like straws. We
Two
could lady the
straws.
tramp
I
it.
love it. I love it.
All
Mad
right.
Dog, don't forget your burrito, Bubs. You could be housing that thing right now.
You can come get it. It won't interrupt the shot.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird
Okay.
if you don't get it actually right now.
I kind of want you to get it. I kind of need you to
I
get
need
it.
you to get it.
All right, Collie's loading up round two. So this Ethiopian coffee, is it like from Ethiopia? Or is that just a style? No, it's from Ethiopia. Okay.
Do you think they appropriated the bean?
I don't know. Also, appropriated bean was my nickname in college. All right. Ooh, I like these little fun cups
Yeah,
too.
pop it
This
in.
is
Yeah,
neat.
these you can smell a little bit more out of this one. This is going to be
Okay.
the Empire Roast. It's a blend of Central and South American coffees.
Okay. Is it
This is our-
Empire
this is our
Roast? You
Empire
said.
Roast. Driver. Yep, yeah,
Smells
this
like
is-
colonization.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
That's the great thing about coffee. It all smells like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Oh, I like that.
Okay.
That's smooth as
nice.
well.
Yeah.
It smells flowery.
A little flowery.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that is very floral. Listen to us.
Look at us, dude.
Wow.
Just when I thought I was a dumbass, dude, we're using words like floral and shit. Really fucking smart.
Maybe a little lilac.
Yeah, undertones of lilac.
Undertones of lilac.
Overtones of celiac. What do you think, Mike?
That's great. I love it.
yeah.
What
That's
was
also
this roast
very
called?
smooth.
This is the
Yeah.
Empire Roast.
The Empire Roast is what it's
Yeah,
called,
yeah.
from the same.
Yeah, from Victrola.
Okay.
That's what we serve.
Nice.
What were we drinking out of that other thing? That big tub we were drinking out. What is that? Folgers?
Bathwater.
Just garbage? Were they giving us garbage before this? We didn't know these were here. I
Yeah,
would've
they're
got one of
sandbagging
those.
us.
I know. I felt bad not giving you real cups. So.
Yeah.
No, don't feel bad.
God, that
Go
stuff
half
we
and
were
half.
drinking tasted like it was filtered through bowling shoes. This is good. We should have got this earlier.
Oh, that's smooth as hell. The Empire drinks this, though. That is crazy. Darth Vader? Everybody?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Straight
can-
from the Emperor himself.
Yeah, you can really taste the Palpatine in this.
Hey, it's palpable, that Palpatine. Yeah. Nice.
I like that, though. These
That's-
last two were very impressive.
Yeah, so you guys got to come down to Dusky Grouse. Get yourself some fantastic Victrola coffee.
It is kind of fun, like, tasting two different coffees like that back to back, because you never really do that in any other instance.
No.
You always just, like, have a cup of coffee and then carry on with your day. But then when you taste them back to back like that, you're like, oh, these are very different.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
You guys
Yeah,
do a lot of tastings here? You guys do a...
If you want to, we'll
You
do
do?
one. Yeah.
Is that like a coffee shop inside baseball thing? You got to taste to...
Like the same way brewers will go taste other
Yeah.
beers. Do you guys have a rival coffee shop?
Ooh, which coffee shop do you hate the most that's in
Yeah.
town?
Who do I hate the most?
Very specific.
Hi, Ethan. No, I'm kidding. I love Date and Brave. I love it. I love all
Shots
coffee
fired.
shops. I love to go taste other coffees.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a huge community, so we don't like to.
Got you. So
No,
you
you
hate
don't.
We
Big
don't really
Iron.
like to snipe at each other.
Absolutely
Okay.
do not do that.
Yeah, yeah.
We're being dicks.
Yeah. On an independent level, you have to stick together, but I think you would all coalesce to take down like Big B Coffee or Starbucks,
I mean, I guess
right?
I do hate
Starbucks, dude.
Starbucks.
Yeah,
See,
see?
there-
Boom, there
Yeah.
There we go. There's
Fuck
one in
you,
town.
There it is.
Starbucks.
The Jeff Bezos of coffees.
That's really true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there who's
They've
there's
ruined
not a
everything.
face to Starbucks though, like Amazon. Who
Well,
owns
it
Starbucks?
used to be. What was that guy's name?
John Starbucks.
I can't think of his name. He was a tall guy. Howard Schultz.
Howard
Howard
Schultz.
Schultz.
He was
Fuck
like the
you,
OG
Howard
CEO.
Schultz.
Fucking Howard Schultz. Hate that guy.
Yeah.
I saw that Starbucks is like creepy as hell because they have this siren on their cup.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
the
and it used to be
mermaid lady,
tits
yeah.
out, and then they
Yeah.
changed it.
It
which
was?
Yeah, when Starbucks
Like
first
full
started.
nip?
Yeah, full two of them.
Really?
No
Yeah.
way there was nips.
They didn't throw her cans
I
on there.
swear to
Not
God,
just
dude.
one.
Well, yeah,
There were two.
there were
Were
two.
there two? You can
Yeah.
confirm this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like early Starbucks, it was a chick with her big fat mermaid titties hanging out.
Holy
And then,
smokes.
and then, you know, the fucking woke liberals are.
The Seattle-based company, and it was the woke liberals that
the
did it.
woke liberal Christian conservatives
I mean, I
came
think
and
we can blame
double titty.
Tipper Gore.
What's
Yeah.
that?
I think it's Tipper Gore. I think it was around that time. you know,
Really?
like, yeah, parental advisory. Like,
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Motherfuckers
That
taking
makes
my
sense.
mermaid tits away.
You know,
So I've been
Kurt
protesting
Cobain
them.
died, and Tipper Gore took over, and everything sucks now.
Son of a bitch.
Wow.
Bezos got married, that piece of shit. Why does he get love?
You,
You think that's
because he has
love?
money. That's not love.
All right, good.
That's
That's a
not
good
love,
point.
dude.
I'm pretty sure that that's not love. Like
No.
Mackenzie Scott was a fucking real one, and he fumbled that bag hard.
Yeah,
Oh,
and she's
yeah.
now she's donating all that
All
money
the
to
money.
charities.
She's like, "Fuck you.
Yeah,
Here's
she
your
rules.
money." Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
that's
her.
kick ass, dude. Just take half his money and be like, no, I'm just going to give it
Yeah.
away.
Yep.
Fuck you.
What else are you going to do with that much money? Launch celebrities into space?
Dude, apparently.
it's too much
But
money.
we need to leave them there.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I don't even think they should go up on a ship. We should build a catapult that just flings them into space out of the ozone layer.
Coyote and Roadrunner.
Yeah, right through the hole in the ozone layer they created. That's where we fling them through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking totally down.
Cool.
Let
Let me just see how far they can go.
What are we starting a GoFundMe for this? How do we make this happen?
I think we
Crowdsource?
just start building.
We
Yeah,
just start
just
building the
Build
catapult.
it and they will come.
Okay.
start building and
I
then
love it.
kidnapping and then launching.
Love it.
In that order.
Kidnapping definitely comes second.
Yeah.
There's more planning for that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Damn. All right. Is there any
All right,
other
one
other
more
coffee
coffee?
things you want to plug here? Any other roast to
no,
plug?
just come on down. We'll you know,
This place
want to
is
do
great.
a tasting? Like, we're here every day of the week.
Every day of the week, 7 days a week at the Dusky Grouse here in Steamboat Springs.
Musky Grouse after hours.
Musky Grouse.
Musky Grouse. Hey, late night.
Oh, everybody
Thank you,
loves
Collie.
this
Here
place.
for Collie,
you.
everybody.
Thank
Hey.
Also,
Thank you.
Everybody loves this place. You guys are doing great.
Great.
Everybody around town loves this place.
and they make
Everyone I talk
a
to.
killer breakfast burrito. I can vouch for that. So
Killer burritos here. All right. Well, is there anything else we want to plug? Anything else we're doing here?
No, I mean, I wanted to talk about like firemen have the stranglehold on calendars, but we don't
Yeah.
have to get into that. We don't. They do, man.
Yeah.
They do.
They have the stranglehold on the calendar.
Should
community.
we do? We should do a sexy commie calendar.
I love it.
I think we
Let's
should
go.
fucking totally do it.
I'm
Yeah.
in, dude.
So every comic we have up here for the next year, we need to take a picture of them like tits out.
Yeah, Stanley's. Oh, you're hot.
Thank
Stanley
you.
is a
By the way.
sexy
Hey,
boy.
Thank you.
So we're gonna
Thanks.
take a picture of that hog later, and we're gonna get it on a calendar.
No,
Mad
that's
Dog.
because you have the summer series and you have the winter series, so it's like you can do all the. You know what I mean? You have all the seasons. You're good to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just gotta. That's gonna be like the interview process. People email me and be like, "Hey, can I come do your show?" And I'll be like, "How do you feel about full frontal nudity?"
Yeah.
Yeah. We're trying to
your response is send pics.
Yeah. Can I do your show? I don't know. Send nudes.
Steamboat Comedy is crazy. You
It's
really
getting
have
weird
to,
up
you
there.
really get drugged through the ringer. You're trying to apply.
trying to stick it to these firefighters, dude. They can't have all the fun.
I know, man. That's what I was almost a firefighter. That's what I was doing before I started comedy. When I was working EMS, I went through fire academy. I was an EMT. Went through paramedic. Worked on an ambulance crew. I started doing stand up, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck this. I'm
It's
doing.
crazy
I'm doing
that you say that and then you look more like a firefighter.
Yeah,
When you
no,
say
I
I
know.
was, I was thinking
I
that
know.
as he was saying, I was like,
Wild.
"Of course, he's a firefighter."
I know, like I have a
To be
cop
fair-
firefighter look to me. I
Yeah.
know that, and I try to downplay that whole thing because it's like I know what I look like. You know what I mean? I look like I'm gonna narc on you for something.
Well, you need if you're going cop, you need just the mustache. I get that. If I
Yeah.
anytime I wear aviators like that,
Oh, you for
I am a
sure,
cop.
dude.
Yes.
For sure.
To be
Yeah.
fair, the most secure job in Detroit is firefighter.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Always be one
Devil's
more
night,
fire.
baby. Devil's night.
How many did you ever actually have to like go into like a crazy fire and put it out?
No, I just went through the academy. So I went through like all the simulations of what you would do in those situations, but I never became a fireman. So, yeah. Part of the reason was because when I was in fire academy, 9/11 happened while I was in the academy.
Oh shit, that was a
So-
big fire.
Yeah, that was a big one. It was a pretty big one. And then they changed the curriculum, and it was like a lot more schooling, a lot more this, a lot more that. And then everybody wanted to be a fireman after 9/11. Of
course.
Everyone. So you'd go test for a position in a gymnasium with 500 dudes, and there'd be one position. You know what I mean? So like
Damn.
we have one opening, but there's 500 guys here
The
trying to
elite.
get it. Yeah. So eventually I just got fed up, and I was doing stand-up, and I started making money at stand-up, and I was like, I'm making more money doing stand-up right now than I am working on an ambulance, so I'm going to fucking do this.
Yeah, and I don't have to watch anyone bleed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all
Yeah,
over
just
me.
yourself.
Yeah, just me.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
my heart.
Yeah.
Did they teach you in firefighter school if jet fuel can melt steel beams?
No. But they did teach me that your bones don't fully calcify until you're 21. That's why I knew that, because I went through medic school.
Yeah,
Because when you do CPR on a baby, it's different because they're basically just a fucking rubber blob.
of 300 bones.
Yeah.
Just a pile
But then
of
when you
bones.
do CPR on a like an adult, you're gonna crack their rib cage no matter what you do.
206 bones.
Boom.
Bang.
Biology, baby. Biology.
That's what
All
else
right.
Matt's mumbling in hot yoga is 306 bones.
That's my opener at the bar when I hit on a girl. Did you know babies have 306 bones?
Yeah.
I'm Matt.
I think it goes, you want one more bone inside you? Hi, I'm Matt Newland.
Matt goes,
She's like,
Matt
why are you
goes,
talking about babies?
Why does Bezos find love? Because he's not talking about Bezos and baby bones all day long.
Heavy Bezos and baby bones.
Bezos Baby Bones. That's the name of my band. I like that one.
Bezos and the baby bones.
Bezos and the Baby Bones.
Bezos and baby bones. Things from Matt Newland.
Bezos and Baby Bones. Hi, I'm Matt Newland.
Get your guy to record that song.
Yeah,
That's a
right?
fucking tune right there.
I'm going to
baby.
get Curtis on the phone. That's hilarious. All right, I think on that note, let's wrap it up. That was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for having us
Thank
here
you
at
for
the
having
Dusky
us.
Grouse.
Thank you for the coffee. Thank you for the burrito. This place rules.
This is a lot of fun. You
Yeah.
guys, anything fun to plug for the pod listeners?
I'll be headlining in Key West Comedy Club in August. I'm headlining Comedy Works in July. Thick Skin every Monday at Comedy Works. I have some other headline dates. Just follow the Instagram at Mike_Stanley.
Beautiful. Yeah, we did your thick skin show for the third time the other day. And if
Yeah.
anyone's listening to this in Denver, go every Monday. It's the most fucking fun show in the whole world.
It's the best.
Mr. Mad Dog, what do you got going on?
You know, just grinding around Denver. So we'll
Hell
see.
yeah.
Sometimes I find out about dates like literally the day before. Hey, can you do the show? You're like, yeah, all right. Just say yes to everything. except for 12 hamsters.
Say yes to Beetlejuice
Yeah.
3 days a week.
Exactly. Oh, always say yes to the juice. Michael Keaton started as a stand-up before he was.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did.
Wildly
He had the
Mike
Bazooka
Keaton.
Joe joke. Remember that joke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Dude,
Yeah.
watching like old stand-up, like when it's that old, it's so dated.
It's great though, dude.
It's-
like you watch somebody like Rodney on like Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
I watch that shit on repeat when I'm high all the time.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I love watching that old stand up.
Oh, dude, that's great. But there's also other ones like old, like Dice Clay.
Oh, yeah, where you're like,
people-
this is
He's just
Sorry, I
like,
didn't cut you off.
oh, I fucked that. And the whole
Yeah.
crowd's like, oh my God, I've never heard that before.
He said fucking
He
public.
said fucking public. Oh, I should spend $500 to sell at this arena. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? I don't know. It's crazy. But anyways, that just got on a weird tangent.
Yeah.
We,
No, watch Beetlejuice.
Watch Beetlejuice.
Watch Beetlejuice.
No, that scene where he does the like face spasm or whatever,
Yeah.
and you're only from behind, so you can only imagine. But every time the pop happens, it's so hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, it's
He's
great.
like, oh yeah, something like this. Pow!
Yeah.
Okay. I swear. Take Beetlejuice every single time.
Beetlejuice 3 days a week. And yeah, we got a lot of shit going on this summer. All of our events, steamboatcomedy.com. We got more great shows at Schmig's coming up. We got more great shows at the Mountain coming up. We'll be all over the place. And yeah, that's about all I got. Matt, you got anything to add?
Nope, not at all. Follow us on social media and stuff.
Shit. Hell yeah. All right, thanks everyone for listening and watching. We'll see you next time.
Steamboat Comedy Forever.
Steamboat Comedy
Beetlejuice,
forever.
Beetlejuice,
Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.